And now, apropos of this conversation, the last gasp of the Never Trumpers. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right, whatever the final tally tonight is in New Hampshire, Donald J. Trump is well on his way to being the GOP 2024 nominee. Now, this is nothing personal toward the former South Carolina governor. As our reporter Brian Yanis just said, she's been working hard in the Granite State. But if she decides to drag this out through South Carolina or beyond, Trump will still be the nominee. It doesn't matter how many donors or paid flacks tell Nikki Haley otherwise. This is not her time. Now, it's funny to watch the corporate media, though, because they're so predictable. All she needs to do is outperform in New Hampshire, whatever that means.
Haley, on the other hand, hoping to shatter expectations, telling reporters she's in it for the long run.
Nikki Haley is making what could be her last stand, betting her hopes on crushing the numbers of undeclared voters and doing better than expected with Republicans.
Well, it's a nice try, but guess who sets the expectations? The corporate media. So the press is so desperate to keep the appearance of a horse race that they had this banner up on MSNBC pretty much all day. I love it. 100% for Nikki Haley. 0% for Trump. Okay, of course, it's Dixville Notch. You know, they had that at the bottom of the screen.
All 6 voted for Nikki Haley. 4 of the voters were registered Republicans, the other 2 undeclared.
You see Haley out to a quick 6-0 lead, courtesy of Dixville Notch, where all 6 voters had their traditional midnight vote last night.
Dixville Notch, obviously, just after midnight, all 6 votes in that place voted for Nikki Haley.
Okay, newsflash. You need to win in order to chalk up delegates. And as someone who spent 4 years and 4 winters in New Hampshire, I'll tell you this. If she cannot win a primary in a state like New Hampshire, where the independents can vote, where she has the governor on her side, and where social conservatives have little influence, where exactly does she plan to win?
As much as y'all like to sit there and say Trump's going to have this, the truth is you're not acknowledging that 70% of Americans don't want a Trump-Biden rematch. Trump has lied on TV and spent millions saying I want to cut Social Security, which I never said I would.
I saw that ad yesterday.
Yeah, but you guys haven't talked about it.
You keep saying coronate, lie, not tell the truth. What do you say on the couch? I'm really wondering why you think we're the enemy.
Because I've looked at the media, look at the political class all coalescing and saying everybody needs to get out.
Of course, I understand that it has to be disappointing to learn that in most Republican voter strongholds, they don't agree with you on some key issues. The so-called mainstream GOP has had, what, about 8.5 years to convince the voters that Trump was wrong about China, wrong about immigration, wrong about foreign affairs, wrong about the deep state. But despite their best efforts, people like McConnell, Romney, Christie, and Mike Pence, they couldn't convince the voters to turn away from the America First or populist agenda. In fact, if anything, the less support Trump got from the so-called moderates, the more voters' views solidified in his favor. So why has this happened? Why don't the voters trust the GOP leadership and the so-called mainstream? Well, it's not hard. The Senate Minority Leader right now is working with Chuck Schumer to squeeze out more money for Ukraine and essentially keep the border open, calling it a big border deal. Even though poll after poll shows that the GOP voters do not want either. No wonder they don't trust the party leadership. You can't blame them. The GOP, the Biden administration is literally suing right now to stop Texas from enforcing the border. Yet somehow Senate Republicans think Biden can be trusted to enforce any new laws? It makes 0 sense. And the voters know this. Now, Haley isn't asking for my opinion, and she's miffed at this network, but it's kind of obvious. If you're a Republican who is seen as standing defiantly against your own voters on key issues, you're probably not going to be too popular. Republicans want a candidate who reflects their views, and of course, they also want to win.
I changed my vote this morning. I went, instead of voting for Haley, I voted for Donald Trump this morning.
You changed your vote this morning?
Yeah,
why?
Sure did. I think the primary's over. I think that, Mr. Trump's going to be our next candidate.
Well, smart guy. Even Politico yesterday called Haley's New Hampshire bid the last stand of the Never Trumpers. And the GOP chair in New Hampshire, Jennifer Horn, just flat out said it's all over. Now, Never Trumpers do see New Hampshire as a make or break moment, right? We know that. But as I said, wishing it were different doesn't make it different. So now what's at stake? Why is this happening? Well, we know tonight that you're going to hear a lot of chatter about continuing to keep this going on. But in the end, we're seeing why Donald Trump ultimately won this. He won this because he won the heart and soul of the Republican voters. And that's on issue after issue, after indictment after indictment. And doesn't matter what Nikki Haley believes at this point, doesn't matter if she decides to stay in. She'll either be part of the solution for restoring prosperity and peace to the United States, or she'll be part of the problem. I hope for her it's the former, and that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.